Hello guys, what's up? In another episode of Boom Arena. Today we're gonna try to hit 3900 medals using this Brute Symmetry deck. This deck is very easy to play because all you have to do is play these two cards at the bridge at the right moment. Rest of the cards are just supports, Skeleton Horde for ultimate defense, Devils for the ultimate air defense, and the rest should be clear. Also, we are playing very aggressive double small spell variation to just all in our opponent, maybe even in single mana. But without further ado, let's jump to some games and show dominance on ladder. Alright, so we are in the first game against Gabe. I guess VIP, but he misspelled his nickname, very unfortunate. He's gonna start with Bomb Girl, so I assume he's gonna be playing some kind of steel bait, and I presume he may be playing a missile against this gunner, which is correct. He's gonna get a little bit of value, I'm gonna give him that, but with that out of the way, we're gonna get some mana advantage with this first play, and we're gonna get even more mana advantage by countering two cards with just Skeleton Court. I told you guys, this card is very effective by itself, and only way you pretty much can counter it is just by predicting it, because if you don't predict it, it will get a value anyway. And so with that very swift attack, we're gonna take a first tower, and we're gonna see if our opponent will allow us to take the next ones. I'm gonna play a blitz for this longsword to keep it alive, and there we go. We're gonna get very fast first win, and we're gonna jump to the game number 2. And in the game number 2, I'm gonna be facing, well, 6-star player, which I assume is gonna be some censored word. Very unfortunate for him that he didn't get to keep the name that he chose for himself, but well, some nicknames are just not nice. Also, I'm gonna mess up this Bone Blaster's placement. Well, it sometimes happens. It's hard to defend two cards with one card, especially if your opponent splits them very well, and this had been done in this case. Also, my opponent will play 3 gunners, so this will be very hard matchup for me, because as you can see, I don't have a big spell, so every time pretty much he plays 3 gunners, I'm gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Now I'm gonna try to snipe bomb tower with my gunner, which will go well. as you can see, it will go well. Right now I'm gonna try to get these gunners locked onto my brute, and it just didn't work out. He's gonna absolutely counter my push, and yeah, that's gonna be pretty unfortunate right here, but we're gonna try to get back to it, as he will play 3 gunners again into our Skeleton Horde. Like I said, very efficient defender. What I'm really scared is a double mana time, because that's the time where he will just be able to cycle more 3 gunners that we will be able to cycle Skeleton Hordes, and at some point I think he might have even 2 sets of 3 gunners on his part, so even spelling it out doesn't that won't make a difference in this game. So anyway, I'm gonna be just playing my normal setup. He's gonna be predicting my Skeleton Horde, which is very smart play out of him. He's gonna get some value out of his cards, and right now I'm gonna just hit him with Symmetry. If he won't respond correctly, I'm gonna just take the tower here, and he is responding quite nicely. He has played some spells, however I'm gonna take a lot of damage. I mean, for him pretty much the most important thing is not to die, and as long as he is not dead, he can just leverage his advantage onto the later stages of the game. So he is doing it. I'm making sure that I'm gonna get some damage, and if this damage will stack for long enough, I'm gonna eventually win a game. So right now I'm gonna just double spell these 3 gunners, and after that I'm gonna be only 2 spell rotations away on the 3 gunners, but only one spell rotation away from killing these gunners, if he will protect them at all. He won't protect them at all, so I'm gonna just play Symmetry at the bridge. And this time it's gonna be just bullets here, blitz here, and that's gonna be a good game. Very scary matchup, he played very well, but we'll take the win and move to the game number 3 of this video. Alright, so right now we are up against Striker, who has 0 medals, and yeah, has some 2 emotes that I won't recognize at the end of his name. Pretty curious what can they be, but for now he's gonna be playing Viking on the opposite side of our Brute. I think he wants to tower trade us, and if he wants to tower trade us, let's go all out and play it efficiently. Right now he's gonna be supporting his Viking with Devils, which is certainly a very nice play of him. I'm gonna get some kill on runners, and if this longsword will get a hit, I'm gonna get a advantage, but unfortunately for us it won't happen. I'm gonna try to get some value out of this gunner, and right now he's playing Necromancer, so he pretty much lost the game, because Necromancer would have been perfect for him if he had played it now, and he's gonna instantly regret this decision. He quit, he gave up, and we're gonna get to the game number 4 of this video. Alright, so that's gonna be, I believe, third 0 medal player in the video. It's gonna be Joy Portage. I cannot pronounce it. I'm not gonna even try, just to not disrespect the owner of this certainly proud name. Anyway, he's gonna start with Drunkers, so archetypes that can pop in front of us, maybe Drunker Loon, maybe General Drunker, maybe also some mid-ladder deck, because you never know what to expect at 0 medal range. He's gonna play Dark Knight though, so that's also one of the very classical options, and he's gonna actually be playing Madness to support his troops, and I think this Madness was actually a correct call, since he forced out me to play Brute very aggressively, and if he can hold this push, he will be absolutely fine. So right now I'm gonna use a Blitz to kill this gunner. I probably could have used it earlier. Blitz is the spell that I still have to learn how to use. Anyhow, we're gonna take the tower because he didn't have good responses. He didn't expect me to kill his gunner, and with that we're gonna take a very comfortable advantage in this game. Like always, I don't pretty much know what to place. I'm gonna just cycle Skeleton Horde at the bridge to force out a response, and unfortunately he was able to respond only with 1 mana. That's the strength and a weakness of a Skeleton Horde. It can be very strong on defense, but all it takes is 1 blitz, and the same thing is on the offense. So he's gonna play a Madness for the Drunkard to get these 2 hits. I don't know if that was a good play. Regardless of which, we're gonna just go in, and he's gonna mirror his Swordman for a defense, which is a play for sure. I don't know if it's the best one, but it was a play, and he's gonna give up. Alright, so we have another rage quit in this video. I don't want to be seen as a bad person, but like, people are kinda starting to understand that when it's over, and there's no need to prolong the game. Let's jump to the final game of today's video. And the final game for 3900 medals will be against this 20 medal player who is naming himself as if he doesn't know, because that's what this short term means, and we're gonna be playing Root in the back. classic response to some nonsense from mid ladder. I'm gonna play also a longsword and force his gunner to get closer so I can get a gunner on the right lane. It won't matter for now because he had a response for that. I'm gonna certainly blitz the stonefall so my push can get to the tower faster, and if he doesn't respond, it's gonna be okay. He will respond, but if he wouldn't respond, this would have been a 3-star very quickly. So this deck is very strong offensively, but once you get into some micro positions, you can very easily lose. So what I recommend to you is to take every opportunity that you can and take it to the offense. And yeah, this deck basically is just about attacking your opponent as often as you can, because once you are forced to defend, you are allowed to only realistically play gunner and skeleton horde, because like longsword and devils get no value, and if your opponent predicts your skeleton horde, you're you're officially dead, because that's how the skeleton horde works. Very high risk, high reward card. That's why I said this deck is not good for pushing on ladder, because it won't test your skill with cards. It will very likely test your matchups instead. And right now I'm gonna just go in all out with Brute and Symmetry, and he doesn't have any responses. I believe his nickname will disappear any second now. This game is officially over. GG, well played. And with that win, we will end this video. So guys, thanks again for watching. We have reached 3900 medals, which will put us obviously on the first place on the leaderboards. I used this Brute Symmetry deck, which is pretty tricky to play against, but very easy to play. So if you search for some easy decks to pick up, you can try it out for yourself. Make sure to let me in the comments down below if you like the content I'm producing, and if you do, make sure to subscribe to see more. What can I say more? Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.